And being mindful of time here, I know we have just about 12 minutes. So I guess, what are when you think about the legacy of your work, which has been so rich, right? What are maybe one or two key messages that you would like to leave for the next generation of flourishing researchers?
Very simple.
Because you've worked in so many different
I
areas, and I've kind of gotten some of the key
I
themes
summarize
here.
one statement that means no pain, no gain.
No pain. Yep. I don't know if you know the U.S. phrase, "That which does not kill you makes you stronger."
And better.
Yep.
And the true flourishing come from overcoming, transcending, and transforming suffering. So you can deal with suffering. You can either overcome and you can end unnecessary suffering. In other words, don't do stupid things. Don't have an affair. Don't steal. Don't cheat. Okay? You can end unnecessary suffering by do not do unethical things. If you do bad things, your evil will catch up with you. So if you have an affair, sooner or later you'll be exposed. Okay? So you can end another suffering. And you can overcome some suffering that are solvable. Some suffering is totally a problem that you can resolve the issue. Some problems are resolvable or solvable. Okay? Some suffering can only endure. To live is to suffer in some small way, right? To endure the daily hassle, having to deal with selfish people, dealing with fake news. There are all kinds of suffering. You have to endure it, right? Endurance is a virtue, right? So develop a virtue to endure it. So every suffering is an opportunity for virtue.
Huh.
And every virtue is the ground for happiness. You cannot have happiness without virtue. So that's why suffering leads to virtue and character. Virtue leads to happiness. See the connection? So therefore, you learn how to endure suffering, and also, here more important now, you learn how to transcend suffering, rise above suffering. That means what I mean. That means your ego has to be balanced. Your self-enhancement has to be balanced by self-transcendence. If no self-transcendence, only self-enhancement, then you have conflict. Everybody has a huge ego. Everybody wants to enhance. Bam, bam, bam. There's a war. They're fighting in the family, fighting in the organization, fighting between nations, all without this expansion. Endless expansion is war. It's endless expansion and destruction. Endless expansion means mutual destruction. Okay? Internationally and also individually. So therefore, self-enhancement had to be moderated and balanced by self-transcendence. Transcend self-interest. Transcend ego. Transcend time and space. Transcend culture. So when we practice self-transcendence, we are more likely to embrace each other. Okay? Finally, we can transform suffering. Wow. Usually through meaning, through creativity, through imagination, through intuition, through cooperation, through collective effort. Say, well, how can we work together to make the society a kinder and gentler place? How can we work together to reduce racial discrimination and reduce gender war and reduce poverty? There's no reason for poverty. When some people, 1% of Americans owns 10% of all the wealth, owns 80% of the wealth, 80% of the wealth. Well, that's insane, right? I mean, nobody should be starving, because the world have enough food, enough resources to feed everybody. No country should be starving, no person should be starving. We have this inequality, this income gap. It become human greed, selfishness.
Yeah.
Okay, I run out of steam.
Yes. Well, it's funny, you actually just answered what was my last question, which was the individual level focus isn't working. And so what can we do as a society, either as policymakers, social change? And you absolutely answered that question, this kind of top down, whatever we can do to minimize income inequality, racial oppression, and all the social ills. Right?
So I mentioned about collective coping a long time ago, right?
Yeah.
Collective means not only involving different people, but involving different culture, different nation. If we do not learn to work together, we eventually will self-destruct. Human race cannot last for long with all the nuclear power, all the crazy people in charge, in control. I mean, we all have a really existential threat of nuclear war. Okay, it's real. This is not. Look what happened in Ukraine, and now China talk about invading Taiwan. You know, why can't we talk? Okay, resolve issue peacefully. Yeah. So eventually, if they don't know how to talk, eventually, so therefore our message is very important. If we do not learn how to live together, we eventually kill each other.
Yeah, absolutely right. I think we need a changed world in order to enhance flourishing. We can't just think our way in. We need a more fair and just and equitable planet, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and your time with us. We have this all recorded, and we're just truly grateful. And I've read much of your work. And if you have brand new stuff hot off the press, please feel free to send it over, and I will read very carefully.
Okay, so nice talking to you. I'll send you some papers, okay?
Yes, I would love to. And do let us know next time you're in Cambridge visiting your sons.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, I want to come to Boston.
My wife will.
We will get together, I'm sure. And also, anytime you wanted to have a Zoom, yeah, we could always